There was a meeting at First United Methodist Church in Parkersburg on Monday night to address homelessness in the city. The hosts were Parkersburg City Council members Wendy Tuck and Zach Huffman. Michelle Van Meter was the moderator and volunteer coordinator. Huffman and Tuck hosted a town hall on homelessness back in April. They wanted to follow up with this meeting to outline the next steps and provide an environment that allowed for hands-on involvement.
We really want to lead with love. We want this to be a positive, mutually respectful conversation where we think of ways we can be better neighbors across the board and just provide some opportunities to create a more positive situation when we recognize that we have a crisis where homelessness is concerned.
Some of the categories they are going to focus on to help the homeless include events, mentoring, maintenance and cleanup, financial, professional, resource management, and food.